Yo, what up? My name's Don, and today I wanted to talk about this funny little situation that can happen when it comes to disliking things or disagreeing with a large majority of people that does like something or just going against the grain in general. So, without further ado, let's hop right in. Okay, so I didn't want to make this video too long, but I definitely wanted to highlight this kind of phenomenon or little issue, kind of just funny little thing that happens when it comes to disliking things versus a large audience or in front of, a large audience or just in a public forum in general, such as YouTube. But this can happen on the individual scale too, when, for example, in my live stream, somebody asked me, this is a direct example, somebody during my live stream asked me to react to something because they assume that I like it because I label myself as a metalhead. And of course, metal music, this isn't specific to music. I just want to add a little note there. This happens to all aspects of life. This happens to all, facets of art and media that you could consume. This even happens when people are talking about sports teams, right? I think that um, the thing I want to put everything under, the umbrella that I want to put over everything, is that people take ownership over things that aren't theirs, and then by doing that, they get emotionally invested. Everybody's seen fans of sports teams having fights in the stands and stuff like that, or you know what I mean, or even parents getting way too invested about their kids' hockey game because again, they're taking ownership about things that literally, like, doesn't involve them. They're like you know what I mean? Like, doesn't directly involve them at least. And so anyways, I'm gonna claw this all the way back to music now, and, um, somebody can ask you, for example, or in my stream, somebody can say, "Check this out, I think you'll like it," and then I end up not liking it, and the funny little thing that happens is a lot of people kind of, some people will get like the range of reactions that I get that are a little odd to me is that some people, in taking that ownership over things that aren't theirs, will take it as a personal attack and go, "How could you?" And this is the least defensive reaction that I get to it, I think. They go, "How could you not like that?" And that's as soon as somebody says that, I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm a human and I have opinions, and my opinions and my things that I like just kind of, all nuance into a negative category." You know what I mean? Like it's just something I just dislike for various reasons. And a lot of people don't really want to go into those reasons, but they just kind of go, "How could you not like that? Like it's so good for," and then they go into defending said piece of art or said, music piece because of reason A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Um, that is, I mean, at that point, you just gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? But I really think uh, some people need to consider the other side of it and just allow people to dislike things. Like, for example, here's another prime example from my YouTube. I have one short that's kind of going semi viral right now for my statistics. It's got about 45,000, it's just over 45,000 views, I think, right? Approaching 50,000. And it's happening already where people are like, arguing with each other on like this specific, it's a song by Polyphia, right? It's the song Neurotica by Polyphia. That short being like garbage or it being unartistic for this reasons or it being sterile or blah 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 for this reason. And other people going, well, you'll see that the majority doesn't agree with you. Like it's just funny because like again, it's like people have to hold the line on hold this imaginary line like they're defending the band, you know what I mean? Or they're like for some reason somebody else's opinion hurts them. Um the one thing that's popping into my head right now, and I gotta talk about it before I forget, is that in me having over 600, like over 700, probably over 800 at this point, I have a lot of videos out on this channel. And my girlfriend and I have done reactions together in the past. And, something that one of the videos that I've come out with before, in the comments, it was a video that's quite popular. I do believe it's over 100,000 views now. Um, and the comments of that video are, me disagreeing with the majority of the fan base that likes that piece of art. It's not a song. It's kind of me having judgment or opinion over a character, a voiceover of a character from League of Legends from a game, right? And um, somebody at one point, I remember this, it sticks out of my head, had said to me, "How would you like it if I made fun of things that you liked?" And I straight up said, "Go ahead. Like, I don't understand why you think after our debate, our back and forth, like, I don't understand why you think that that's the thing that's gonna hurt me. I don't understand why you think that, you know, people have to be either in agreement or they have to be fragile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why you just can't let people have their opinions, and that is what it is. Like, I've always expressed this example that you could take any of my favorite things that I like and completely trash on them, and it's easy for me to just let go and just kind of like join in and be a troll with you and join in on the fun and just go over the top. And that's because you know, I'm, you know, have every ADD symptom in the world. I'm a bit of a troll and really a bit of an eccentric person. So I like shock humor and I like things like that. So I just like being ridiculous, so it's easy for me to, like, join in the ridiculousness and make fun of whatever. It doesn't really matter because I don't hold ownership over any of the things, even if they're my favorite things. I didn't make them, I didn't produce them, I didn't it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, and nobody's opinion this should go for everybody, in my opinion. Nobody's opinion should change how you feel about the things that you like at all. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Like, just because somebody said that it's crap, are you gonna like it less tomorrow? It doesn't make sense, right? The art didn't change any. The sports team, they may have lost the game, but they essentially didn't change. I mean, they may have changed. They may have like let go of players or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, what do you like when it comes to sports teams? What do you like? You generally like you can like individual players, and I get that and stuff like that, but it's generally like you like the team, right? Like I'm from Ontario, Canada, so if somebody's gonna be a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and if there's any hockey fans here, like Toronto Maple Leafs suck, whatever. I don't even watch hockey. Like I don't even care. Like like I wouldn't care either way. But somebody who's seriously invested in hockey and who likes our home team here, Toronto Maple Leafs, just might be all about like they like the jersey, they like the you know what I'm saying? So they just like the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even though players change throughout the years, they still love the Leafs and what the Leafs represent. And I just as people are as proud and have such pride filled um you know, uh, just like this innate will to defend these things that they love so much, that's fine. But these things don't need the defending because they stand on their own, right? They stand on their own as being great, and uh, nobody's opinion is going to take anything away from that. So I just think it's pretty funny, for example, in my reaction videos, which is something I run into quite often, where people will try to justify um, the difference in opinion by either not taking my opinion seriously or saying that, you know, um, uh, basically not taking my opinion objectively and, you know, taking it just a little too personally. Um, I think a lot of people forget that they are reaction videos. So there should be some sort of criticism, whether it's positive or negative criticism, doesn't innately mean uh, that you're talking negatively about something. It's just that you're forming a sophisticated opinion about said thing. And, especially if you have experience in said field, your opinion is going to be a little bit more critical. And a lot of people cannot handle that, right? So that's wild to me. um, Recently in my videos, I'm running into um, and it's happened in some personal conversations where I guess the part that kind of lets the people that are reacting in the emotional ways I think that they do is they finalize their defense or their point that they want to stand on by saying things like um well, we all have different opinions anyway. And I think personally that that doesn't really need to be said because that's obvious. We are all different humans, and what ends up forming our final opinions on things are it's often not very light switch on and off. It's not very black and white. Yeah, what forms our opinions and the media and the teams we like and the blah blah everything else we like is very nuanced most of the time. So um, I really just kinda irritates me a little bit when people kind of, you know, fall back to this s fail-safe to them, in my opinion, statement that is, "Well, we all like different things anyway," or "We all can't like the same thing anyway," right? It's like, yeah, well, yeah. Right? So, I guess the takeaway from this video is just let people dislike things and don't take it so personally because somebody disliking something isn't an attack on you. You have to realize that unless you really had something to do with the creation process, that you have no ownership over said thing. And so, you know, I can understand being a hardcore fan, but it would also relieve a lot of personal stress if you just learn to let go a little bit. And so that's my advice to people. Let go, be stress free. And that's it really. Um that that's all from this video. That's all from me. So if you want more videos like this, and content like this, please as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.